We know you love kids.
What's
Come on.
what? I don't know if it's a slur, but it's like someone describes it a Jewish person as like their bitch basically, but they use a word.
Huh?
I don't know if I can say it. I don't think it's a bad word, but
The K word? What?
no, it starts with a G.
Oh, goy?
Yeah, my little
But that's
goy.
not a slur.
My little
That
slur.
literally
No,
just means
goys are
like,
against non-Jews. Goy means like worldly
yeah,
person. So you're
yeah.
goyim.
Oh, I'm goyim.
Yeah.
Yes, you're goyim.
I thought goyim meant like you made someone your bitch.
No. It means
No,
you're worldly.
you're thinking it of like.
That's how they use
I don't
it
know.
because
I
they're
don't
saying
know
like
where.
because like the memes are like a Jewish person like calling you goyim, like saying like you're a bitch because you're not Jewish, like you're worldly.
Yes, no, Destiny into the stream.
Oh my god.
Destiny into the stream.
Bro, I know you're like YouTube Wrapped or whatever thing was like you're like number 1% of top 1% of Destiny watchers. Okay, that's what you were.
I don't even watch him on Kick. I watch him on YouTube.
Yeah, you were top 1%
Okay.
Destiny watchers. I know.
I don't watch all his streams. I got school still. I pay attention in class.
Okay.
Wait, are you in college or a senior in high school?
I'm a senior in high school.
Okay.
I have dyslexia and ADHD, so I had to repeat the second, which is some bullshit.
You have to repeat what?
I had to repeat the second grade.
Wait, so are you 19 then?
I'm 19 in March.
Oh, okay.
Yo, birthday twins?
Now, what's your birthday day?
Mine?
30th.
I'm March 4th.
I'm April 18th.
Holy young Earth! Oh my goodness!
Typical.
Imagine not being born in the last like 4 months.
Yo, I'm gonna have to work for Donald Trump for my job. Donald Trump's my boss. Literally.
He's your daddy.
No, he literally is, because I gotta.
It's at Jinx. It's fine. He wasn't a good dad anyway. I barely knew. Don't make me
gotta
feel
listen.
bad. Don't make me feel bad. Who's laughing?
When does Trump speaking at the W?
I don't know. It's having
Yeah.
Bro, I'm actually pissed off the Supreme Court didn't rule the tariff shit today. I was waiting for that.
Oh, they're gonna rule
the
again.
tariff ruling today, bro.
Huh? It was supposed to be today, but they didn't rule on it. Yeah, they didn't shoot a ruling.
Maybe it's coming at like midnight.
No, it isn't.
No, man.
Anyone up here like Javier Milei?
Don't feel bad.
I don't even know who
wasn't
that is,
anyone
honestly.
Pro Trump. Oh, he was? That's even worse.
Who's pro Trump?
I guess his dead dad, apparently.
I don't think he should die for being pro-Trump. Like,
alternate tactics acquired Greenland as he heads towards. Wait. Here, let me look up. There's a couple Supreme Court rulings today. Oh wait! I'm seeing shit.
Oh.
If the Supreme Court rules that, oh, never mind. Fuck. When was this posted? The second scenario would be the Supreme Court. Please, Reuters, don't give me a paywall. I'm begging you. Okay.
No, I'll go on Twitter and like some Republicans against Trump, like example cited the new study about the tariffs costs like 94% of Americans paid the 2025 tariffs. And they linked the Wall Street Journal. And it's like, I have to pay to read this. Why are you linking this to me? Link me a free source.
Yeah, this is not a original thought. Somebody was talking yesterday. I forgot, it was on the Discord. I forgot about how like like New York Times, the Washington Post, and all these like more advanced news organizations who like better journalism reporting will complain about how like everybody is like nobody has any media training. They're all going to Twitter to get their news, and then they'll like put up fucking paywalls all over their website.
Yeah. Yeah.
When I went to your research, I don't know what you'd call it, research papers that you have scratched that you linked, all of them saved to my Google Docs. So now I can just go to my Google Docs.
There you go, bro. Let's go. Let's go. Here, let me look. Washington, January 20th, Reuters. The Supreme Court issued 3 decisions on Tuesday, but did not decide the closely watched dispute over the legality of President Trump's global tariffs. The court did not announce the next date when it was ruling. It does not announce in advance which rulings will be released on a given date. Why was everybody saying the 20th then? That's dumb.
Y'all should, if y'all like economics, y'all should look into Javier
That's
Milei.
legitimately frustrating.
Okay. Unfortunately, I'm not a nerd, so I would never be interested in economics.
No, but it's economics is so easy.
Okay.
Okay. You don't even have to know it. You just have to know consensus. Like scientific consensus says vaccines good. Economic consensus says tariff bad. Very easy.
Okay. I think it's actually more nuanced than that. It's the same for like the scientific consistency. Not all vaccines are like something that you have to take. Like for example, if you're gonna stay in the US, you don't have to take the vaccine for the yellow fever, right? It's not gonna do anything for you.
I don't even know what the yellow fever is. Never even heard of that in my life.
It's like think of like malaria, but instead it's to your
Neighbor,
liver.
I don't know
just
what malaria
overlooked whether Delaware
Oh,
law
okay.
requiring medical malpractice plaintiffs to file an affidavit replies or whatever. To challenge a
I only know
judgment as
the
void years later. Oh, that's boring. Doesn't matter.
I only know the flu and C-19. That's all I know.
Okay. Holy American.
Hey, but I take all my boosters, okay?
Hell yeah.
I take all my shots. My jabs. Oh, but
Okay.
I bring
There
I
was
bring
the
up
only one that seems to somewhat matter. It's that court ordered monetary restitution under federal law counts as criminal punishment for purposes of the Constitution's ex post facto clause. That's it. It's the only one that really matters. And every single ruling was unanimous too.
my only problem with Milei is he's a Trump cuckold. But he's nothing like Trump.
Oh, I know about
I think
Malays.
the Malaysia was so funny. Yeah, all the libertarians were like, "Oh my god, he's so base, bro. He's so base, and he's super. He's making government smaller." And then he like takes fucking a giant loan from the IMF again.
He's doing a really good job at Argentina's economy. I'm telling, just look at some of the data: inflation, poverty, GDP growth, big three, according to him. There is some issues that still need to be addressed, but oh my God, is he such a good example of economic, what would you call it? He's just a good example of economics working, how economics works when you follow a consensus. Now he is a Trump cuckold. Okay, I hate that about him. He's nothing like Trump. He acts nothing like Trump. But oh my God, he's just like,
Argentina.
I wish
GDP.
he would stop going to CPAC and all that bullshit though. That's annoying.
When did Milei get into office?
January 23 or January 22, one of those years. I don't know.
January 20.
I think it's 23.
Yeah, when? Let's look this up. Oh, sorry. We're on YouTube right now too, by the way.
Oh, okay.
I showed my
Man, we're
debate
killing in
class for
in this
streams.
stream. It's a mixed bag. Americans in this stream, and I'll be real. We're done with this shit. So tell me, do you know your dad? Yes. I mean, and by that I mean no, I'm black. Trump is what you would call a moron. True.
I guess. I mean,
We're all brain dead. Have one of these 5 likes. How many likes do we have? I don't even. Wait. We have more than 5 likes. I swear. Right? I can't tell. I legitimately like.
You think if I bet $1,000 on
Hi from
On
Sam. Hi. Trump, we want 31. What was that even mean?
I bet $1,000 on Kalshi that Trump says something at the World Economic Forum today? What should I bet my money? Yeah.
What's he gonna say? He's probably gonna say something like, "The American economy has been doing very good. We put lots of tariffs on lots of things, and we've made massive gains in reducing the debt and the deficit. We are going to have a balanced
I bet
budget, and on top of that,
$1,000.
we are bringing back manufacturing jobs. In fact, I was talking to the manufacturer of Ford cars, and he told me we have great, beautiful cars, and your tariffs are doing a wonderful job. They're bringing back the manufacturing, and this is really what Americans need."
Well, quite frankly, I think I do a better impersonation because we have to win big again. And if we're not winning, then the radical left lunatics, I call them radical left, they will destroy our country. Can you believe it?
Bad impression. Shut the fuck up. That's a great impression. Fuck you.
Transgender mice. Can you
Okay.
believe it? It's
Okay.
quite
I
frankly,
know you're like. Oh,
it's
shut the
insane.
fuck up.
Radical left
Fuck
lunatics.
you.
Transgender mice. Can you believe I bet $1,000 Trump
Okay.
says tariffs. I'll make like $1,001 because I would guarantee that bet is like 99 to 1.
99 to 1. Damn.
Like 99 people bet he's gonna say that word, so I'd make like no money. I could bet how many times he would say it. I could bet he says it like 30 times, and if I get close or I get
6 out
on
of
the
10
money,
at best, y'all. You know what? I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it. We love Trump like you do. Bro, you don't even know how much I love Trump, okay? You couldn't match the Trump love up here. I love how he defunded education. True. That's so cringe.
I'll give credit.
I was talking about education. Last time talking about it must have been like last year during spring break. Is I remember talking about the Department of Education. Donald Trump was massively defunding it at the time, and like literally trying to get rid of it. And people and the entire subject was like, "Oh, like is the Department of Education something we need? Is it necessary?" It's like, yeah, that is. And like the common talking points are, "Oh, the Department of Education is bad because they're attaching federal funding to test scores." That's not true. That was actually a separate program outside the Department of Education that wasn't even federally enforced. That's the funny part. And on top of that, a lot of people were complaining about like, oh, well, the Department of Education, like most of this money isn't even going to pre through like 12th grade schools. Like most of the money and most of what the Department of Education does is it's giving money to college students, right? Student loans, grants, that kind of stuff. And Republicans have a very like, oh, you need to pay for your own shit. The government's not paying for your education, whatever. And college is a scam. But the simple question is like, why is having free like up to 12th grade, why is having free education important? And the answer you're going to get all the time is, oh, well, there's a necessary set of skills that everybody in the economy needs to actually like contribute meaningfully, and to gain those, you need to go to school, and so that's why high school is necessary. But in the U.S. economy, where what we value is these high skilled service sector jobs, where oftentimes it's becoming more and more requirement that you need some kind of bachelor's degree, or at minimum you need to go to like a technical school. you need to go to college, right? So now the bare minimum, it feels like at least, is technical school or some kind of 4-year degree, right? And so if we're using the same logic, then we need to have the Department of Education be giving out these funds. But
You
that's
see
my
this?
opinion. Education needs to be reformed. 40% of fourth graders can't read.
What is that?
True.
This is 5 milligrams
Riders
of
are
melatonin.
accomplishing nothing.
Mm.
Good thing people aren't riding. Bro.
1, 2, 3, 4.
This is Destiny's
5.
core demographic right here. White and nerdy. White and nerdy.
Devin, hey, I need help sleeping.
You should take 8 melatonin? Okay, I guess.
Yep.
Well, I like Trump, but that impression was pretty good. Thank you. He was already talking about my impression. Obviously. Obviously. Nobody else would dare disrespect my glorious impression.
They taste really bad.
So you mean to tell me you're not educated, and yet you seem to think you're smarter than everybody else? How cute. Like what? I guess what do you mean by educated? In the sense, do I have like a formal 4-year degree? No. Have I graduated high school? Yeah.
Grad.
Have I done research into these topics and like and generally able to like logically think through like why we should or should not have certain policies? Yes, I'd say I'm educated in that sense. I don't think I'm
own
smarter.
up
I
to
don't
it.
think I'm smarter than everybody though. So I don't think I ever said
Own
that.
up. Own up
Even though
to it.
even though I obviously am smarter than literally everybody in here and everybody in the world, quite frankly,
I'm
everybody in the world too.
I'm smarter than anybody who voted for Donald Trump. Or no, let me rephrase. I'm smarter than anybody who's MAGA. Okay?
This has to be a troll.
I'm not troll. That's facts.
No, this guy.
Hey, so I know you libs love to word your questions like this, but people don't have a problem with immigration. They have a problem with illegal immigration. That's called a loaded question.
Mhm.
So why did you word it like that, I guess? Because nobody says that. Nobody's anti-immigration. I mean, there are people who are anti-immigration, but that's not what Trump says. He doesn't want nobody coming here.
Well, the reason
It's about coming here illegally and
the
also
reason-
being a
the
criminal.
reason I say
That's who
that
we're
is
getting
because
rid
it
of.
seems for the most part, most mega against legal immigration.
Against illegal immigration. Do you know the
Okay.
difference yourself?
So how do you feel? How do you feel about Donald Trump, right? Banning all visa applications from 75 different countries. For the ones he didn't ban, right? He put a $100,000 fee for people applying for HB1 visas. He completely suspended the refugee program, except for people.
You want to ask me one question at a time? Or
No,
50
no.
questions and then pretend I'm not
This
answering
is
you?
all part of the same question, right? He completely suspended the refugee program.
Okay, I'll
besides
acknowledge
for
your
white
first point. He
Afrikaners.
banned 75 countries. Why would he ban countries that chant death to America? I'm wondering. Why would he do that? Where people want to kill Americans. Why would he do that? I wonder. They really should be here? What are they going to do? Come over here and become preschool teachers?
Can't finish. The reason he said that he banned them is because he said they were extracting wealth. So do you think people in Singapore are chanting death to America?
Is Singapore banned?
Yes.
No, people in Singapore aren't chanting death to America. So
Okay,
there might be
so
some
the
other
reason-
reason
so the
that
reason
you're
he said-
purposefully
so the
not
reason-
saying
so the
to
reason
make
he
your
said
point.
for all of
But
these
I'm sure
countries-
if I looked it up, I could find out
reason
why.
the reason he said it for all these countries is because he said they were extracting wealth from America, right? Right? When he did the $100,000 fee.
Yeah, if you
for
come to
HB
this country
HB
as an immigrant and then you
for HB
immediately live off benefits,
HB
that's
Can I
extracting
finish?
wealth.
For the
How long are you going to talk? 35
can I
minutes
finish?
on monologue
Can I
hours?
finish? Can I finish? For the $100,000
Finish your
fee,
monologue.
for the $100,000 fee on visas, right? H1 visas. He said it was because immigrants are coming into the country. They're legal immigrants, right? They are taking American jobs, right? Taking jobs away from Americans and are undercutting U.S. wages.
Is your monologue over?
Do you disagree with that?
Yeah, when you come to America and immediately live off benefits, yes, indeed, it does take value away from America. People here work and pay taxes, and when you just live off the taxpayer like a little parasite, yeah, it does decrease value.
Okay. Do you agree with the logic Donald Trump used for banning, right? Or sorry, putting a $100,000 fee on HB1 visas, where he said that immigrants are coming, legal immigrants, right? Through HB1 visas are coming to the country and they are undercutting American wages and taking
Who's the
American
fee
jobs.
for? Who's the fee for? The
Anybody
immigrant or the
coming-
company?
The
Do you
company
not
has,
know?
The company has to
Oh,
pay
it's for the
fee.
company, for the American company.
Yeah.
Oh,
How does that negate anything I said?
because American companies should be hiring Americans preferentially to immigrants and not trying to pay people lower standards
Wait.
of wage to try to work
So,
around
to
and
be clear-
basically have slave labor.
Got it. So be clear. So you're against legal immigrants coming into the country through HB1 visas, and you're okay with
Notice
other,
how you changed
you're-
my words
No,
completely.
no,
When
no,
I
no,
entered
no,
the conversation, I said illegal immigration.
No.
Y'all can't contend with actual
You just
debates.
said that American companies should be prioritizing Americans, right? When it comes to legal immigration. So what you're basically saying is, hey, I don't think, right?
No,
you
I
agree,
said
you
for
agree?
jobs. You're
You
talking
agree?
about H-1B
You agree?
visas, and now
Yes.
you want to mix up
This
what
was
you
about
said.
HB1 visas, right? And that's a legal form of immigration.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
Americans should be preferentially
you
hired
would-
for American
okay,
companies.
cool.
I don't expect that I can go work in
So you-
Japan
so you-
preferentially
so you-
as an American. No, I
Okay,
don't.
so you agree with Donald Trump that illegal immigrants through HB1 visas have been coming to the country, undercutting American wages, right? And taking American jobs, which means that you are against that form, or at least for restricting that form of legal immigration. You're also for restricting legal immigration through most other visas, because you banned 75 countries, because you think that legal immigrants in general are coming to the country and extracting wealth, correct?
I'm not against legal immigration.
But you
If
support
wanna
all the
come here on
policies.
an
Do you
H-1B
sup- you
visa,
sup-
and your company wants to pay the $100,000. That's great, man, and you got yourself
support-
a damn job.
you sup-
but
wait.
if you want to climb under a fence and human traffic children on your
support-
way over
you
here,
su-
yeah, that's bad.
support-
You're trying to mix my words
You
up.
support.
You can't debate with what I actually said.
You support.
How about you debate with
You
what I
support.
said?
You support two policies, right? That Donald Trump did. One that outright bans all forms of visas from 75 different countries, right? And other
Yeah, I
which heavily
support
restricts,
banning terrorists from entering America. Indeed, I do.
Can I finish? The other, which heavily restricts the amount of H-1 visas. So you were against those forms of legal immigration, or at least when it comes to different countries. And for the other form, you're literally for continuing to restrict that form of legal immigration, correct?
If your company wants to pay $100,000 for
Can you
you
answer
to
the
work
question?
there,
That's a
that's
yes or no
great
question.
news.
Yes or no?
I'm not against the $100,000 amount that they have to pay to hire an H-1B. No, I'm not against that. Oh,
Cool.
and which is
So-
your favorite country that's
Okay.
banned?
How do you? Are
Tell
you
me
okay?
your- the
Are you? Wait,
favorite
Give me
one.
a second. Give me a second.
That's
are you
on
okay?
the banned list. Which is your favorite one?
Are you okay with Donald Trump?
Syria? Which
Are you-
one? Which one do you
Are
like?
you okay with Donald Trump completely suspending the refugee program?
For who?
Everybody except for people
Oh,
from
he said
white
that. He said
Afrikaners.
every refugee.
Yes.
That's why he just brought South Africans here, right? He said every refugee in the world, man.
Except white
Is that what he
so-
said? Is that what he said?
It was suspended for
Y'all don't
everybody.
even know your own points you're debating.
It was suspended for everybody, and there's one exception made later for people who are white Afrikaners. Everybody else has been suspended.
Oh, really? Or was
Yes.
it just suspended for Somali refugees because
Nope,
he stated
everybody.
that their country is safer to go back
Nope,
to now?
it was
It's
suspe-
crazy that I actually
it was
know what you're
suspended for
trying to
every- it was
what you're
suspended
trying
for
to lie
everybody.
and manipulate the audience on. It's kind of funny that I know the point already.
Nope, it was
Go
suspended
ahead.
for everybody.
Go ahead. Which refugees are banned? You can look it up. Google it. Go on
It was
now.
suspended for everybody, bro.
You're just gonna lie. Do you need me to look it up?
Do you want me to say it?
Or are you
Here.
gonna lie?
Section 3, realignment of the U.S. Refugee Admissions Program. I hereby proclaim, pursuant to Section 212F and 215A and INA 8 U.S.C. 1182 and 8 1185, that entry into the United States of refugees under USRAP, that's the United States Refugee Application Program, would be detrimental to the interests of the United States. I therefore direct that the entry into the United States of refugees under the USRAP be suspended. That's from the executive order. It's called
brother,
Realign United
I
States
just looked
Refugee
it up
Admissions
myself.
Programs.
No, Donald Trump did not end refugee status for all refugees. Anybody can Google this, man. You're just going to blatantly lie.
Okay.
Is that your point? Is that
So-
how you think you win elections
I'm
by
here.
lying?
Here.
Yeah, hey, tell us what he really did
Okay,
now.
so what
now
is-
that I've proven that you lied, tell us
No,
what he did.
I just read it to you. Okay, so what does it say? Can you read this for all of us?
You stated that he ended refugee
Yes,
status.
it's
every
on
country.
screen. It's on screen, dude. You can read it. It's this. The executive order is on screen. You can see it. I read from the section where he's banned
What you're
refugee.
showing does not state that he banned
Okay.
refugees from every
Realignment
country, you
of the
dumbass.
U.S. refugee admissions program.
You just don't know how to read,
I hereby
do you?
proclaim pursuant to sections 2 and 2F and 215A of the INA, 8 U.S.C. 1182 and 1158A,
Hey,
the
bro,
entry
in
into
your
the
own
United
sentence,
States
I'll read it
of
for you 'cause you
refugees,
can't read.
there's
For
no exceptions,
refugees
of
under-
refugees, the United
Yeah, go ahead,
States
keep reading.
Refugees Admissions Program, so that's the refugee program, right? That's the United States Refugee Program, would be detrimental to the entry into the United States. They're saying refugee would be detrimental, and I therefore direct the entry into the United States of refugees under the United States Refugee Admissions Program be suspended. It has been banned. There is nobody, except for the exception made up later.
Or you actually don't know, because I can explain it to you.
Okay, go ahead, explain. What have I got wrong? Go. No, go ahead. Dig yourself out of this one, dude. Notice how he teacupped because he was just wrong.
You couldn't hear me when I was reading just now?
No, when you teacup, I can't hear you.
Okay.
So when you go out of the app,
no,
you can't
it's
hear.
not banned for every country, everyone. Anybody can Google that right now. This guy's reading.
It's
that he
odd,
put
by
a
the way, for
pause on
people.
the refugee status. Hey man, go into any AI and ask the question. Say, did
you
Donald
ask
Trump ban
AI?
all refugees?
Did you ask AI?
Are you
I have
scared
the.
of AI?
But
or
I just
what?
want to be for
No,
YouTube
zero.
audience.
Scared of
For
AI?
YouTube audience, because I can't see it. So YouTube audience, I have the executive order where he literally suspended all refugees coming into the country on screen for this guy, right? And he is literally using AI. I don't care what the fuck AI says. I have the primary source right here, motherfucker. Okay?
Your primary source does not state what you said it does.
Yes, it does.
motherfucker.
What
You
is my
dumbass?
Can you wait? Can you
You're
read this?
absolutely low IQ. You can't read. He paused refugee status under that specific code and not for every country. It's a
This is the
pausing of
refugee
status.
program. This is the refugee program. The USRAP is the United States Refugee Admissions Program. That is the only refugee program we have. It is our refugee program. Like, there's no shot you're this dumb, bro.
So let's Google another thing. Does refugee status still exist under U.S. law right now, currently?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yes.
Oh, it does. What
Yes.
does that mean? What does that mean, though? Wait, so if refugee status still exists, how? I thought you said they banned them all. There's no more refugees, everyone, and also Donald Trump's a dang fascist.
Donald Trump still has, under the INA, Donald Trump also has
so
the power
there
to
is still
suspend
refugee
it.
status. How does that work, man? How can you
There's
still
still
have
people
refugee
in the- there's
status
still
when every refugee is
There's still
banned? Can you
people.
explain
There's
that
still
one for your
people in the.
audience?
There's still people in the country with refugee status, right? But my claim was that he suspended people from coming into the country
Okay,
through
I
the
looked
refugee
it up.
program,
I can explain
which
it
is
in
true.
simple terms for the guy who can't read. He actually just lowered the number. He lowered the amount of new
That's not
refugees
true.
that we're accepting. And he removed
just-
status from some refugee
it's
groups
just
where the country
suspended.
they're from is safer now. And he lowered the
It's-
amount of new
I'm
refugees
so
being accepted into the country. What he's reading
Okay.
right now doesn't say what he says it is. I know it's got some big words in it, so you could trick
Okay.
your audience because they're like,
So what is
hey,
my-
maybe that is what
Cool.
it says. Maybe
So-
it does say. No, it doesn't.
So
In
what am I
fact,
reading?
It doesn't say what you
So
said.
what are-
He didn't ban all refugees,
what am I reading?
man. Is this
So what
your
am I
only
reading?
point?
So what am I reading? What is it? What I read say? What does what I read say?
That he put a pause on it. It means it doesn't take
So,
refugee
from
status
all-
from people
from-
who are
so-
already
so
refugees.
I never
People
said.
who are
I never
already
made that.
refugees
I never
still
made that. I
maintain
never.
refugee
I never made
status.
that claim. I never made a claim. The
And
only
it
claim.
lowers.
I
it
never-
lowers the amount
never-
of new
so, dude,
refugees,
the
but
problem-
it doesn't
so
completely
the pro-
block
so-
someone
so the
from
pro-
being a refugee
So
in
the
America.
so the problem right now is you're not tracking the argument, right? The original claim I made, right, was that Donald Trump had
oh,
suspended
tell us the claim you made. I know what
had
claim
banned
you made.
and suspended the refugee program, which is true. He did, right? No people, right?
No,
this
he
executive,
didn't. He paused
this
it. You're
executive,
using the word
this
banned. He put a pause on one
Okay.
specific statute.
this
Do you
exec-
know what a statute
this
is?
the under the INA, yes, it's 1182. He says it in the executive order.
Is there
this-
only one statute for refugees, or are there more than one?
It goes over a number of statutes. It's 1182 and 1185.
Okay, so there's more than one, and he put a pause on one.
No, it says both.
So you think that applies to all refugees?
says both. It
Man?
says
or are you
it's-
purposefully
it says-
being dense?
It says both right here in the executive order I read. Right, it says under the 1182 and 1185, and it says the sections 2.1 and 2 and 2.15, and then it specifically references the
Okay, man.
USA
If you want your audience
Nations
to think
program.
nobody can come to
So,
America as a
I'm-
refugee
so
anymore because of Trump, I
That
guess
is
that's your
literally true.
prerogative.
That's quite so. I want to be clear, right? The executive order that I just read quite literally says that it is suspended. And when I use the word banned, that means you cannot come in currently, right? It is banned currently. That is true. Okay. Number 2, I never made the claim that
He
people here.
paused the
I never
process for admitting new
I never
refugees.
made the claim that people who are currently here on legal refugee status were getting it revoked. I never said that.
You said that nobody can come into the country as a refugee.
That
now.
is true.
That's what you said.
That is true. It is currently completely banned. You can't do that. That is
Then why
under
are
this
people
executive
still
order.
coming here as refugees?
That
Why
is-
are they doing that?
And then I said, because there's one exception for white Afrikaners that he made after this one.
brother. It's like pulling teeth getting these people to tell the truth, man. It's like pulling teeth.
There was one exception made for white Afrikaners after this
Actually, I
executive
did
order.
lie. I did openly lie, and everybody heard me lie. But now I'm gonna change my
Yo,
words.
Scratch, he sounds
Now I'm
just
going
like
to
you, bro.
change
Holy
my wording
shit.
because you actually
Holy
did
shit.
prove
Holy
me
shit,
wrong.
he sounds just like me.
You actually did prove that I lied, but now I'm gonna lie again. And that'll make up for my first lie.
even though I literally mentioned at the start of this conversation and halfway through it that there was one exception after this proclamation was
Although I
made
did
for
say
white
that there were
Afrikaners.
no refugees coming into America, now I do concede that yes,
for-
not
for-
only are the refugees here, but they're still coming
For
in.
white Afrikaners.
Even though I basically
So,
said the opposite,
even-
and lied
okay.
to my audience.
Okay.
I
So,
talk with
what
a little
actually-
nerd voice,
so
so
what
people
actually-
think that I'm telling
Are you
the
gonna-
truth.
are you
When
gonna
I
keep
talk
rashing
like
out?
a little
Are you gonna
dork,
keep rashing
everybody
out?
thinks I'm
Are you gonna keep
smart.
rashing out? Are you gonna keep rashing out?
Man, you're
Yeah,
dumb.
like chill out.
Are you gonna keep rashing out?
He obviously prefaced already that the Trump administration is allowing
All right, well, you lost the
white
first argument. What's the
Afrikaners.
next one?
We know that. We know that
I
the Trump
literally
administration
said
allows
that
white
multiple
Afrikaners.
times in the conversation. So I know it's really
Okay,
hard.
well,
I know
you
it's
take
really
that as a
hard.
win if you want,
I know
man.
it's really hard for somebody of your age who's really decrepit to actually listen. So please put in your
Now
hearing
I'm
aids.
28
Let's
years
have a
old,
go.
man. I know having
Okay.
a deep voice with
20
tiny little
28
nuts
years
is
old.
strange to
Well,
you.
bro, you're not
'Cause
28.
got
Okay,
tiny
you are not.
little
You are
nuts
pushing.
and you got a
This
high
dude is
little
pushing
squeaky
to.
nerd voice.
You're pushing 200, little bro. Okay, let's be honest here. Okay.
I know that your deep voice threatens
I-
me because of my low testosterone
Little-
levels, but I'm actually quite educated
My
on
collar, bro.
imperialism
My
and
neck is
colonialism.
my collar, bro. My neck is red. Oh,
I'm
there's my
actually
family
quite
fan.
educated on imperialist fascism. And if we all come together,
Mr. What was the claim being made? I wasn't following. I wasn't tracking here.
Basically, I said asylum got banned, and he said no. Sorry, refugee program got banned, and he said no. And then he said, "Well, people in the country are still refugees." And I said, "I never made that claim. I just said refugee program ban, as in people couldn't come into the country, right, through the refugee program." And I made except there's one exception for white Afrikaners, from South Africa. He made after the executive order he signed, and he said that for it was a contradiction, or it was a lie to my audience when I said refugee program got banned, when it literally just did. That was just a
Correct me
true
if I'm-
fact.
correct
And
me
I
if
brought
I'm
up the
reading-
executive order, and I read it 3 times to him.
Correct me if I'm reading this wrong. This was published December 5th of 2025. President Donald Trump suspended the refugee program on day 1 of his current admin. Thousands of people around the world who had been so close to a new life in America find themselves abandoned. Many had already sold possessions or ended leases in preparation for travel. They had submitted reams of documents supporting their cases, been interviewed by U.S. officials, and in many cases already had tickets to fly to America. Is that?
Yeah, that sounds accurate.
Yep.
Are you aware of a study?
It doesn't matter. I brought up the executive order, and he was literally using AI. Like I don't care like whatever claim
I
this
don't
guy
even
was
know
making.
what he was saying. He was just.
He
Are
literally said he used AI in the debate. He said like
Well, I
if you just type it into any AI, you'll see this.
Listen,
I don't
use
think you
Chat-
immediately lose if you use AI.
I
I
use
think
ChatGPT.
No, you do.
So-
No. If I'm making the claim that this thing is happening, and you're saying this thing doesn't happen, and I have the primary source, and you have AI, you have lost. You are not winning. You have automatically lost that thing.
sure.
Because AI then
Are
is
you-
just wrong.
Are you aware of a study from the NFAP National Foundation for American Policy that was published January 2026 that says the Trump administration's policies will reduce legal immigration to the United States by an estimated 50%, or by 1.5 million to 2.4 million legal immigrants. By the end of Donald Trump's 4-year term, according to a National Foundation for American Policy analyst, the fiscal year 2023 level of legal immigration was 1.1 million or 4.6 million over 4 years. NAFAP estimates 1.5 to 2.3 or 50% lower, fewer legal immigrants cards during Donald Trump's second admin due to policies that include significantly lower admission levels for refugees, restrictions on the immediate, that's a big word, immediate relatives of U.S. citizens due to public charge policies, and a 39-country immigration ban. Actions taken against diversity visas, recipients, and other policies. This range is due to uncertainty on how restrictivity the administration will enact and maintain policies.
True.
That's a good study that supports your claim. I don't know. It came out.
I don't need a study to support a claim when I already have the primary source that does it. Why would I
Hey
do
man,
that?
so why is AI bad?
Huh?
What is AI reference? Just wondering. Do you think they're grabbing it from tweets or what?
Yeah. So if, for instance, if we're trying to prove that, okay, Scratch made the statement that I don't know, I don't know what, chocolate ice cream is the best ice cream, right? And I bring up a video.
That's an opinion statement, but I guess you want to go with that.
We're trying to prove that I made that claim at some point, right?
It would be more like saying chocolate's made of.
And I bring up the video, and I bring up a video of me saying, right, hey, chocolate ice cream is clearly the best ice cream, and talking. Yes, because we're trying to prove that I made the statement. Yes, that's if the claim is, if one person's saying Scratch didn't make this statement and the other person's saying Scratch didn't make this statement.
That's not what your claim was. Your claim was that
I'm
Trump
trying to. It's an
eliminated
analogy. Can I finish?
from America.
Can I finish the analogy? I know it's really hard for you to engage past a preschool understanding of any kind of argument. Okay?
What'd you eat for breakfast this morning, buddy?
Your mom's
What'd you
pussy.
eat for breakfast this morning?
Your mom's pussy. So basically,
notice how he can't contend with a hypothetical because he has a low IQ.
He gave you an answer.
Yeah. I did.
I mean, you're a gay man, so I don't know how that happened. But
what'd you eat for breakfast? That wasn't even the right question. It was, how would you feel if you didn't have breakfast this morning? That's the question. That's not
the question.
Yes, it is.
This guy
you didn't even know. You didn't even know what it was. Oh my god. That's not even hypothetical. That's not hypothetical. It's just a statement you're asking.
Actually, it's your and not your. It's a contraction.
What?
That's basically every argument you make, man. Semantics.
I'm sorry, that voice.
It's actually how would you feel if you didn't eat breakfast. Got him, guys. Poindexters get one more point.
This is the voice that pussy runs away from every.
Yeah, it's the voice. It's his actual real voice.
I can't.
That fake ass southern accent.
This is why y'all keep losing elections. By the way, I mean, there's multiple reasons.
Hold up.
It's funny y'all think that you're the popular side.
Hold up. Okay.
You think like
you woke
90%
liberal,
of Americans
you woke liberal Democrats. I just got off my 72-hour shift at the ball breaking factory, unpaid and overtime.
Yep, some
and
people
you think
have
you can
jobs
talk
and
about
don't
it?
sit on TikTok.
I thought we blew my
That
nigga
make your soft
red.
hands hurt, does it? That some of us have to work
My soft hands.
while
My
you
soft
sit
hands.
there on TikTok on a little kid's app begging for roses.
Are you working in the mines? You working in the mines, Mr. O?
I know all you little kids sitting on a kid's app all day.
Mm-hmm.
Are you
You like
working
talking?
in the mines?
Do you like talking to little kids a lot?
Notice how you're the one who brought that up. You must be a pedophile.
Well, you said little kids. I didn't say little kid. You called me little kid.
You
bro,
notice
okay?
how Trump is violating the Epstein File Transparency Act by not releasing all the files
My
that he was
collar
supposed
blue,
to?
my neck
Y'all
is
notice that
red.
there's like two pigs.
Isn't that a bit weird? I don't know.
Loki, that voice is hilarious. I can't even lie. He does that really good. That voice is unequivocally hilarious.
Trump doesn't want to release the Epstein files. It's because he's owned by the Jews.
Nobody asked.
Mr. Nick Fuentes supporter, welcome up.
Nobody asked. Lol, can I ask a
Oh,
question?
the trials and tribulations of the liberal mind.
Huh?
What's going on, my fellow sir?
What's going on, you simp, you little beta male?
Beta male.
Are we gonna get serious conversations? Is the other guy that was on? Is he just a troll? Like unironically, I think he is.
No, I don't think. I think he's serious about what he's talking about.
I don't know that guy. That OOO guy's southern accent sounds so forced and fake.
It does
to
sound
me.
forced. The
I don't know. I
voice
live
also
in the
sounds
south.
forced
A
as
lot
fuck.
of a people sound like that.
I live
Yeah,
in
but that
Texas,
deep of a
nobody-
voice, he has like
Yeah.
it sounds like he's lowering it. It sounds like he's like forcing it.
I live
Okay,
in
look,
Texas and nobody says
I lived in Homa for like a
I've lived
year.
in-
A lot of people in Homa sound like that with just a little bit of Cajun to it.
I've never heard anyone.
I've
sound
never
like
heard
that.
anybody sound like that and not be faking it. Okay,
I've
it sounds
lived
like
in
okay.
Texas.
Wait. It sounds like he already has like a like he's from the south and he does have like a somewhat deep voice, but then he's like just extra forcing it for some reason.
Yo, ice.
It's like
ice
it's like
baby.
when I do
Okay.
this. Like it's like when I do this, you know. Like if I was to like do the
Okay,
nerd
I
voice,
gotta go.
that already sound like a nerd.
I'll talk to you later, Scratch. Okay.
Yeah.
I love you.
YouTube simply.
Say it back, Scratch.
I love you too, bro. Okay. Oh no! Oh no! I brought up. Fuck.
Hard R.
Fuck! I almost got my lab banned.
Do you know Destiny said the N-word in one of his streams recently? Did you know
Huh?
that? Destiny said the N-word in one of his streams recently.
Really?
Yep.
Cool. Like, what's my action supposed to be? Like, he's
I
admitted
like to
saying the
slam my
N-word in the
ding
back.
dong against the concrete for
Mhm.
72 hours straight,
Mhm.
dude, nonstop.
What did
Anything
you
else?
say?
Anything else?
Yeah, dude, I think we should all
Mhm.
have drugs and have gay sex.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Based.
Yeah. King.
Hard R, you're not coming up. You're not coming up, bro. You ain't been to real South if you think the accent is forced. No, it sounds forced.
Is
Unironically.
Texas not south enough? Am I not south enough? Is Texas not on the south? Am I confused?
Give me a sec.
I've just never heard anyone talk like that. Do I have a southern accent? Is it noticeable? Did I just leave? Yo, Usha Vance is pregnant.
Who's that? Sorry.
You hear the
Girlfriend's
news?
texting me. Give me a sec.
Is it Erica Kirk?
Yes, it's Erica Kirk.
Apparently she's dating Tom Brady. I think that's fake news, but I don't know.
Okay. My collar blue and my neck is red.
Been working like a dog
Dog just to keep my family fed.
What, and it's like Monster in Redboro or some shit.
True.
I like Trump because he sucked Bill Clinton penis.
Oh wait,
I
it's
think we should all suck on.
wait. It wasn't funny the first time, bro. Okay, it's not funny the second time. I'm okay with trolls, but I am not against a good troll. To be clear, I am not against a good troll. But you're not one of those, okay? You're not a good troll.
It was a tiny bit. Destiny lives in the world of research papers.
No, he doesn't. Bro, he's washed. He hasn't been researching enough recently. Oh.
About what?
He did not do good in that was it Jackson like England whatever debate?
That's
On the
self-defense.
Renee Gage stuff. Yep, he did not do good in that.
It was originally a self-defense, and then it just turned into why do you like Trump?
He did not do good in debate. Also, he has like the same talking points, like the debt, and the Lingford bill, whatever. He needs to do more research. He needs to get new talking points.
Is that not a good talking point? I mean, I think Joe Biden. I'm gonna quote Mr. James.
It's a fine
Smart.
talking point, but he's been repeating it for like the past year and a half, 2 years now, and there's way better stuff to talk about. And he hasn't done the research to learn anything else. Also, he's just wrong in some of his immigration takes.
I think
yeah.
I think Joe Biden could have done a better job on immigration. But don't know if Trump's the guy, because Trump
Joe
had
Biden,
introduced.
Joe Biden did a great job of marriage. Okay, Joe Biden is the when has ever won a debate? Liberal policies are so bad. Too scared to live with the leader you hate? Leave then. I'm not scared. I'm still here. Greenland for Greenlanders. True. Based. Let's go.
What in that debate? I didn't watch the whole thing. I watched like half of it. The only thing I can think of that Destiny got wrong was him saying that pew-pewing at a car is not self-defense.
Are you
which,
sick? Or you sound like this because you're still on puberty? No, bro. Just my voice. Okay. I'm sorry. Gosh. Okay. I'm not an ASMR YouTuber. Okay. Don't try and fall asleep to me. I'll scream slurs in your ear. Wait, do we want scratch ASMR? I thought we were here for.
I'm getting the tingles.
Go to sleep.
Those melatonin gummies about to kick
Go to
in any
sleep.
moment.
Wait. N? Chat. No. Chat. Lock in, okay? We can do this. Okay? Okay, somebody start with the N, then somebody do the... Come on. I know you guys can do... Like, you... Really? Y'all failed. Come on, let's go. Let's do an N.
Begin games.
Okay, let's get an I. Chat, stop talking. No. It's chat. Yeah, okay, we need another. We need G. We need 2 Gs. Go on, chat. Let's do this. No, we already did I. 2 Gs. There we go. Yeah, okay. Okay, we need to eat. Shut. Joel, you're getting banned. Okay, I'm deleting your. No, sorry, I'm deleting your chat. Okay. There we go. Good job, y'all. Good job. Big homie, good job. Let's put W's in chat. W's in chat for being able to spell out the N-word. W's in chat.
How do you spell it? No, Trump has still not spoke at Davos.
I'm deleting your chat because you hurt my feelings. Whoa! Come on. I say it all the time in COD lobbies. It's not based.
Macron is wearing sunglasses indoors.
Let's go. Yo, come on, let's... Racism is low-key funny. I agree, racism can be funny. Sometimes. By the way, I mean, racism's never funny, actually. Don't ever do racism. Ever. Name one moment where Trump used racism. When did I ever accuse Trump of racism in this live? Holy shit. Fucking track better, chat. Oh my gosh. I was talking about how racist jokes can be funny sometimes. Holy shit. Let's put... I want W's in chat. If you... W's in chat, okay? For being able to spell that word. W's in chat right now. W's in chat. W's. Now. Good point. Ends in chat. For being able to spell the N-word. Ends in chat. My mistake. Did you get beat up? Unfortunately, no, bro. Okay. Let's go. Based.
I can't see your chat.
It's YouTube chat. Who do you think is at fault for the Renee Good? That's kind of like... Who do I think is legally in the wrong? The ICE officer. Who do I think is at fault? Everybody.
What do you mean
Renee is obviously at fault for trying to drive away and evade arrest. Like in that sense. Yeah.
Your stick dropper really wants you to address his comment.
Is it racist?
I don't know. I have no idea.
What's his wait in YouTube chat?
Yeah.
What's his name?
At stickdropper516 is
I'm not
saying
s-
you can't ignore my comments forever.
I can't see him. Oh, there he is. Rump the gok 9,000. True. Trump the Renee Good lost custody of her older children. Why does Mega do this? It's so cringe. Imagine after Lake and Riley died, I just went and started like digging through like every single thing I could find that was like bad about her life, and just started like, hey guys, did you know that Lake and Riley did this and this bad? Like it's so cringe. Like nobody like don't do that. Nobody's talking about if a person was good or not, like generally the rest of their life. They're talking about the fact that they were civilian and they think that they were unfairly executed in the street by a police officer. Like, can you guys not get that through your head? Like, you guys were literally complaining about how everybody was like, "Oh, why are you criticizing Charlie Kirk? He just unalive." Like, if you guys don't like that, stop doing this to other people.
I mean the shit out of Charlie Kirk. Or I reposted a bunch of memes. My fight.
You
My
can't keep
favorite
ignoring mine. Notice how chat didn't address anything I just said. Chat, I wasn't even putting into content. I wasn't even talking about my opinion on if I think it was unjustified or not. I was just saying that it's really cringe how people do this thing where they'll try and like make the person out to be bad. They try and like justify it. When that's not the part of the action and that is good or bad or not. It doesn't matter if the person was bad in their personal life. It matters the action that happened because it could means that the Trump administration could be okay with this action in the future. Like I know you're like kind of super slow, like literally, but come on. Pay attention, y'all.
No tampon tranny for America. Jesus. Charlie Kirk was racist.
This is our turning point. USA, you bet, baby.
Turning point in
If
what?
you want to try to pass
midterm?
it, no, guys. Political violence is bad. What happened to Charlie Kirk is bad. I feel sympathy for him and his family. And again, I still think Charlie Kirk was a bad person. I don't think he deserved it. People shouldn't do political violence. Todd Robinson's a terrible, shitty fucking person. And fuck him. Okay. Glad we get that out of the way. Holy shit.
So is Luigi Mangione?
Luigi Mangione?
Yeah. Bad guy.
Yeah.
Bad guy. Yep. Because that's what that's what the right wingers bring up when you say, well, y'all do support political violence. Don't like Luigi Mangione. What made Charlie Kirk a bad person? Great replacement theory.
Kirk
Okay.
deserved worse. And you're getting banned. For, like, I can do 24 hours? Cool.
Ask your
Charlie
chat.
Kirk was
That's
not racist, so
watching.
far from it. I never said he was racist. Never actually said that. I don't know why you guys are telling me that. Charlie Kirk was honest about black crime. That's why he was hated. You're actually probably racist. I can respect the fit that you can realize from right from wrong. I can respect that.
Can I make a request that you ask your chat?
Why would anybody want to debate you? What are your qualifications? You guys just ran from church. Who's getting banned? The person who just got banned is the person who said Charlie Kirk deserved worse. So the person who just said that Charlie Kirk deserved worse than literally unaliving just got banned for 24 hours. That's the most I can do. Okay. Political violence is the only thing that has historically made major policy change, unfortunately. MLK question mark? Like what are like civil disobedience, like breaking laws non-violently, that has gotten policy changed from MLK. I agree with you. Political violence in recent modern history, I don't think it usually gets anybody anything, right? People are, when one side does major political violence, does riots, does all this stuff, that's actually just bad for everybody, right? The other side like calls them out. People are less incentivized to vote for those people. I just don't think it's a good thing. He deserved worse. How many people I'm gonna time out? Okay, y'all, stop calling for fucking Charlie Kirk to be unalived in like worse. Holy shit. Let me see.
What is moldy tequila? Maybe a thing.
Most people that hate Charlie Kirk never listen to him. If your IQ is over 60, your comment will be muted. I'm sorry I'm muting people for advocating for political violence. My mistake. Never mind. Guys, go ahead. You know what? Say whatever you want. You know what? Say whatever you want about Charlie Kirk. I'm kidding. Fuck you.
Can you call him the R word?
On YouTube, yeah, but we're on TikTok too, so I can't say shit.
Oh,
Are you mod?
I don't know. I don't even know what that is.
I'm adding you as a mod. You can click the guest thing to let people up now.
Oh, I can? So based. Love you, King.
Oh, never mind. I added too many moderators. I need to get rid of some. What's up, Dot? And what you will, I'm interested. It's interesting that you will not address my conservative comments. Have you made comments? Oh wait, that's like you've only chat. Like how much have you chatted? Because you have no proof to support your opinions. That's the only thing you ever said. A young man bashing y'all's brain out. So what do you think of supporting 300 in his first term? I think that's true. I think, like generally, if you look at the data, he's like just completely like they're just pulling data out of their fucking ass when it comes to like the self deportations. I don't know like where the fuck they're like getting that shit. If you look at actual removals, they're like actually fairly low. They're lower than they were under Biden. Oh, it is. Definitely a D- student. Off topic, but do you prefer Cheez-Its or Goldfish? Goldfish.
I like the rainbow ones.
I don't agree with you, but I can see you have very logical reasoning. I think you did. God bless Donald Trump. Goldfish W. Yep, he's gay. True, I did fuck your dad last night. That is true. But where is the stats coming from? Investigate. You'll be very surprised. Well, coming from the stats will be coming from the CBP. I just don't think that, like when they say self deportation, right? That also would include like legal immigrants. Which is kind of proud to say they're like attacking like legal. Also, like the whole thing about we're going after criminals first. Even though like a lot of the things we've been seeing have been like attacking just legal immigrants who aren't even criminals. People like Ramesa Ozturk, people like Mukmat Khalil, people like fuck. I can't believe I forgot his name. He's the gay makeup artist.
Something Romero, right?
This is like an initial rave deported.
Hernandez Romero.
Yeah, Hernandez. Joseph Hernandez. Or Jose. Yeah, Hernandez.
Since January, there's been 170 U.S. citizens detained by ICE. And they filed a lot of the cases are just dropped. ICE just releases them.
You aren't old
I don't
enough,
know.
are you? Nope, I'm 18. Is he a Democratic? I'm a Democrat. CU fraud? What does that mean? That's what the Department of Justice as well as the FBI crime statistics. FBI crime statistics. The FBI doesn't track deportations, dumbass. That's ICE. Are you fucking serious? The DOJ? Is DHS isn't under No. What? The DOJ isn't. The DHS isn't under the DOJ. DHS is in charge of enforcement. Are you actually like regarded? Coming into my life saying I don't know anything and the stats are correct. No, where the fucking stats come from. Actually regarded. Get the fuck out, bro. Like holy shit. You don't even know what you're talking about. What a joke. Yes, I do know what I'm talking about. The FBI is under the DOJ. Okay? The DOJ and the FBI aren't in charge of immigration enforcement. That is under DHS. That's under the CBP, and that's under ICE, and that's under USIC. Yes. Like, holy shit. Do I have to explain everything to you fuckers? Like, holy shit. No. What did I say that was wrong? What did I say that was wrong? Go ahead. No. Unc. And, like, whatever this other guy said, no, you don't. Explain what I just said was wrong. Go ahead. Otherwise, you're getting a 24-hour timeout. Yeah, 1 minute. Tell me I'm wrong.
Oh my god.
Holy shit. Are you serious? Are you gonna put Lol, he's gonna put you in timeout. You bet, bro. You bet. All you fuckers. 10 minutes. Fuck you. 10 minutes. Fuck you.
ICE is deporting Trump's grandparents back to Boogie Land.
Yes, part of the DOJ, but separate entities. That's just not under the DOJ. Here. No, the Department of Homeland Security, DHS, is separate from the independent cabinet level department under the Department of Justice. That's why there's a secretary, right, of DHS, which is Kristi Noem currently, and that's why we have the Attorney General, which is the secretary version for the DOJ, who's cabinet level, Pam Bondi. Like, actual regards, people. I read that 24 police officers resigned from the MPD, 18 joined ICE. Cancel culture, the party use it, be welcoming to diverse ideas. Dude, I'm fine. I'm done. Dude, okay. To be clear, I'm okay with people, right, being in my chat and saying dumb things. It's when they say dumb things and won't admit they're wrong and won't critically engage, right? So when somebody says, like you yourself, says something really regarded, like the DHS is under the DOJ, and I say, actually, no, it's not. Here's why. And then you say, you're just dumb. I say, no, I'm not. What I say is wrong. It's like, yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. You can get banned. I don't care. You're not saying any ideas. You're just saying, nuh-uh, nuh-uh, nuh-uh. There's no new ideas being brought there. Just regardation.
Someone said the 2025 yearly GDP growth was 4.3%. That's not true. We don't even have the fourth quarter data for 2025.
You haven't really engaged to the vax question yet. Keep dodging the questions. Lil Gup. That's my line, little bro. What about the vax? What do you want to know about it?
Is there an anti-vaxxer?
In my YouTube chat? I think so.
Oh my god.
If you only wanted lower prices, by the way, y'all, if you're enjoying the live, which I know most of you aren't in YouTube chat, so fuck off. Like the live, give me a sub, I appreciate it. If you want to support, me financially, you can donate to my Patreon, even though I know none of you will. And if you want to debate me, you can debate me on TikTok. So you can click my link tree, go to my bio. Don't click on the description of this live because YouTube sucks. Go to my bio, go to my link tree, and to my TikTok. Or if you want to debate in a private setting, you can do it on Discord. Just go to my bio, join my Discord server, and give me a ping. I'll come right over and we can debate. And if you're super duper old and you don't know how to do either of that, I have an email. Just, I don't know, put a comment and I'll send you my email. And you can give me an email and we can figure out Zoom or something because I know half of you in here are over the age of 65. Report this year-old YouTube will eventually remove him. See, you're wrong, okay? You can report me for being young, but I actually had to give my ID to YouTube to even go live. And I had to give my ID so I could potentially be monetized in the future. So YouTube already knows my age to look up. So doing that will do nothing. And my age is 18, by the way.
Wait, does that mean I'm older than you?
Yeah, you are.
You know what that means?
What?
I'm your dad.
Yes, Daddy.
Let's debate. You want to debate? I have something you might disagree with.
You want to debate? You want to debate? You want to debate? Oh, that's a good debate. Oh, that's a good.
Hello?
Who is this?
What is this?
Hello?
What's up? What is your riff?
I was asking, are you anti-Trump and anti-ICE?
I'm anti-Trump and I'm anti how Trump is using ICE, but the concept of ICE is fine.
So, how are you anti-Trump? What is your reasoning?
There's so many good points. My main criticism of Trump is probably going to be stuff from the 2020 election surrounding January 6th.
Wait, okay, hold on. One more time. Sorry, I can't.
My main criticism of Trump is going to be from the 2020 election, January 6th. I think he tried to do a soft coup in the government. My or general criticisms for this term are going to be incompetency, corruption, broken promises, terrible economic plans, and violations of the Constitution. Oh, and immigration.
Okay, let's do immigration.
Cool.
Okay, so give me your reasoning why his immigration things are why do you not agree with it?
Yeah. So the reason I don't agree with Trump's immigration policy is going to be like more micro level stuff and then more macro level stuff. So I'll just start with the like very broad macro like lens. So Trump tends to take like a very broad stance against all immigration. He's okay with trying to severely limit legal immigration, and I think to the point of like, or he'd probably be okay with almost outright banning it, or at least dissuading it to the point where we have net negative migration currently. I think legal immigrants generally come into the country. I think they're beneficial to our country. I think they're a part of private sector GDP. They're going to add to our government fiscally because they're going to be paying taxes. And I like the concept of people being able to pursue the American dream. I also think that's usually pretty good to have like a more diverse culture. I think they can like tamp down on like racism between populations. And I also think that generally is going to like increase innovation when you have more diverse minds working on like different things. When it comes to illegal immigration, I have my stance is basically people who are recent illegal immigrants should be deported as fast as possible. I don't really care, but the large population of illegal immigrants have been here for a decade plus. They've been working, they've been contributing. Illegal immigrants have a higher labor participation rate than the average American citizen. Generally, the data is limited. When we look at things like the Cato Institute, we see that they're probably slight fiscal positive illegal immigrants, and they also don't seem to like undercut wages and take American jobs like Mega seems to claim, because they're also putting on demand to the economy, which causes suppliers to have to increase supply, which means that we're like seeing immigrants actually create more jobs. And this bears on the data when we look at like Harvard meta-analysis, statistics like that. More macro level lens, like zooming into like ICE and border policy, is going to be like trying to suspend asylum. I think generally like asylum's a good thing. We need to have some kind of like program for people coming over here who are like fleeing. You know what? I'm gonna end there. I don't want to overwhelm you. justified attack.
Okay, you're not overruling me, but on your stand of ice, let's just how do I put this? Do you agree what with ICE is doing and like how like about the protest today? Do you agree with that protest?
What happened at that protest? I'm not familiar.
Well, like the whole entire protest was about to be like we weren't like ICE needs to stop and all that.
Oh yeah, I generally agree with them. Yeah, it seems to me that like oftentimes like ICE, there seems to be some amount of like ICE misconduct. One, I'm not even talking about Renee Good. Like I forgot exactly, but there's a court case where somebody who was here on TPS, that's temporary protective status, was was detained, and one of the ICE officers was denying that TPS was even a legal status, something that he should like absolutely know. There seems to be like an increase in like U.S. citizens getting detained, and I generally also think like the show of force thing that he's doing is like not helping anybody. I think it causes people to get like very riled up when you have like ICE officers walking through the streets and doing this stuff. And at least from the statistic I've seen from like actual ICE removals, we're not actually seeing any like huge increase in the amount of people that ICE is actually and ends up deporting through these tactics. It more seems like a show of force to appease his base, and it ends up riling up people who actually live in these communities who support these immigrants.
Okay, so going back to what you were saying about how ICE is detaining people who are not immigrants. They are interfering with people who are trying to uphold the law. If like yeah.
Well, like recently, there was a Hmong man. This was in Minnesota, who was detained from his. They ICE went from his house and detained him, even though he was a naturalized citizen. So, well, I'm not saying obviously there's examples where ICE is detaining people because they're impeding actual enforcement of law, which in that case I think is just and fair. There's also examples where ICE is detaining people even though they're legal citizens or have some kind of legal status here. So that's going to be my contention.
That man from Minnesota obviously had to do something wrong to get detained.
He was released
There's no
5 days later.
Yeah, but he wasn't. He obviously had to do something.
Well, ICE claimed the claim that ICE made is that they were investing like sexual crimes that somebody had committed, but it doesn't really make sense because ICE isn't the agency that enforces like federal criminal law. They're an immigration enforcement agency, so their excuse doesn't really make sense. It just seems that they accidentally or purposely, I don't know which, detained somebody unfairly for 5 days who was a naturalized American citizen.
Are you talking about the old man that went in the snow?
Yeah.
What I read or what DHS put out was that they believed that 2 SA offenders lived at that house, and that's why they went in there. By the way, they didn't have a warrant.
But that doesn't make sense. That's not ICE's job.
They lied. This is my point. They lied because we have had the family come out. By the way, multiple news organizations already published that ICE didn't have a warrant, so that's a bit weird. Number 2, DHS lied that they believed SA offenders, or that they said SA defenders lived there. They didn't allege it. They said SA offenders lived there. The family came out. They said that's bullshit. When NPR asked ICE for their proof that a SAer lived there, NPR asked ICE or DHS to provide evidence for that. They were ignored. So that's a bit odd,
Not ICE,
right?
DHS. ICE is under DHS. You actual fucking holy shit! Oh my god, do I have to? ICE is the enforcement agency of DHS. They are the ones on the street who go out and actually enforce the immigration law.
You were talking about how these people are impeding operations. I'm curious, why are all these cases, all the people ICE accused of impeding their operations and they arrested those American citizens? I think it's like 130 or 170 based on a ProPublica study. ICE has dropped all those cases because they have no case, because it's bullshit. Based on I can show you the ProPublica source. Don't you think that's like weird?
Can you send me that, by the way?
I'm gonna have like I don't know much about what happened with that
Mm-hmm.
situation. But I would have to do more research on that. So
That's fine, but
that's
like,
just
there's
something.
good reason like the people are frustrated at ICE though. Like, can you see that? And like, do you think it's also like we're not seeing the results? Like, if we look at actual removals on ICE's own website, we're not seeing like more removals than under the Biden administration. Yet, Donald Trump feels this need to do these show of forces where there's like ICE like in the streets, trying to find like illegal immigrants, or like in LA where they're just like literally walking through some random park. Like, I don't like these are the kinds of things that like people see in the media, they get infuriated about, and they feel like people in their community who they want to protect are getting attacked, and then they feel the need to go and protest, right? And then we have stuff like Renee could happen. Like, it's just unnecessary.
It's like going back to what you were saying about the ICE removals. It's really like obviously I have no because I don't know how this job works, but people are interfering with what ICE is trying to do, which causes less productivity of more illegal immigrants being removed.
Then why isn't ICE charging, or why is ICE dropping all the cases against those people that are obstructing their operations? Why is ICE dropping all those cases?
Because their one main job is to get illegal immigrants out of the country.
Okay, so you think if someone obstructs an ICE operation, they should just ICE or DH, or I don't know who would pursue that, but you think those cases should just be dropped because they have more important things to do?
Well, it's not that. It's not like you said. It's not their job to hold charges against people who have.
Well, they're allowed to enforce like federal laws when it comes to like impeding like their own execution of immigration law. They're allowed to do that. That is part of their job.
What the ProPublica article says is that many of the cases are dropped because there's really a lack of evidence that there was any obstruction going on, and that's just for U.S. citizens. That's for U.S. citizens that were detained and held without lawyers for days. Did he leave?
I think he did. It doesn't really make sense, right? Like, why wouldn't you enforce the law if that's the entire point of the Trump administration? Saying, "Oh, they're dropping these cases because they're trying to further laws." Like, I thought the point was to just enforce all the law. Like, there's some laws you just don't care about. Okay.
It's obvious they dropped the case because it wouldn't hold up. They don't have any evidence. They're just doing it to power strong arm.
Hi, Father. What's up, dude?
What's up, buddy?
How are you feeling?
Wait, am I in?
Yeah, we can hear your honor.
Oh, okay. I don't know my camera on, but I wanted to say first off, all the hate you're getting for being young is pretty stupid. It's a good thing that at your age you're doing this, man. I do disagree with you on a few things. But first off, what got you into politics? Like, what got you interested? What event was it?
It wasn't really an event. I think I was kind of like anti-SJW when I was like, what, middle school.
Okay, well, you talked about.
And then I got like, and I kind of got, and because of that, and then I like kind of started getting a bread tube, and I kind of like divorced from those opinions, and then I just became very moderate for probably a year, and then my brother started like reading the Communist Manifesto. He introduced that to me. That's how I got into politics. So what's up?
Okay. Well, I wanted to move more into like economics of Trump and foreign policy because that's a little bit where I agree with him on some things.
Like
But
Greenland,
just to
yeah.
address your point, yeah, like Greenland, we could talk about that. But just to address your point you made about immigration with the last guy, you said that Trump is like anti-immigration. I mean, the amount of
Yes.
H-1Bs he's allowing in and these Chinese visas for students, I mean, it's like over 500,000. That's not anti-immigration.
I think if a president's policies reduce legal immigration by
Yeah,
50% over the next year, that's like pro legal immigration.
We're at
Well,
net
you also made the
negative.
point
We're at
that
net negative immigration currently. Like, yeah, I mean, that I don't know if that's actually happening. That might be happening. I know that he is letting in like Chinese immigrants. I don't think it was that many, but I'll just take that. But when like you have somebody for like, there's only so many countries in the world, and he's banning all visa applicants from 75 of them. Right? He's completely banning asylum. Refugee status, except for like white South Africaners. He's putting like $100 fee on asylum, and he completely tried to ban it at the start of administration, but the courts overruled him. It seems like maybe he's taking some actions to like increase the amount of like Chinese immigrants in, but it seems like his overall disposition is being anti-legal immigration, and we're seeing that like decrease in legal immigrants, just like we saw in the first term, and right as we're seeing currently.
Well, we could talk about what countries he's banned asylum from or immigration, but I mean,
Well, he
if-
banned
if
the
we're
refugee
honest with
program
ourselves-
is for everybody except South Africa, white South Afrikaners.
Well, like I mean, you're talking about how some immigration is a net positive, and yes, South American immigration is a net positive on our economy. But for instance, most immigrants from the Middle East and most from Africa are not a net positive.
so
they are
Yeah, he's
a
against-
drain.
He's against most immigration. Cool.
Yeah, but like I mean, that's not like I don't know if that's a bad thing. Like, look what's happened in Europe with the Muslim immigration.
Muslim,
Like
I don't- Yeah.
SA rates in Europe are like through the roof.
I don't really compare
It's-
Europe. I don't compare Europe to here. I don't think Europe is way different.
I mean, a lot of why would you say that? I mean, there's a lot of stuff you can learn.
Like
from-
America
from
is
their
like
policies.
it's I know it sounds like super like liberal to say it's like, oh, America's a nation of immigrants, but like we seriously are, and because of that, I think America has had more experience, just culturally, and was better or able to actually has a better assimilation culture when it comes to immigrants coming here, because we had to deal with those pathways of immigrants coming to the country. And so like when we try and compare a place like Britain, or we try and compare a place like Sweden, places that have for centuries had like not like this huge major population shifts that we've seen happen in America regularly as part of our history. It doesn't surprise me that they're gonna have a harder time assimilating those people into their culture.
Yeah, well, the other thing though, the immigrants coming into America back in the day, I see your point. The immigrants coming back in America or coming to America back in the day, they were from Christian countries
I
predominantly.
don't even know if that matters, right? Like
It does matter. It's the same
it
culture.
does-
It
Yeah,
it
but,
is.
like,
So
do
if
we
you
see-
have
do we,
an
like-
Irish guy.
Yeah, and guess what we saw? We saw like the fucking what was it called? Was it the Dead Rabbits game? And like the Bowery Boys like having entire gang wars in New York because it was Catholics versus Protestants. Like I don't see like Muslims in the streets of America going up against Protestants today. That there seemed to be, even though the cultures were closer, there actually seemed to be more cultural conflict, which is very interesting. And I think that's like generally true. Like when we see countries like the Balkans, where it's like, oh, these countries are super culturally similar, but the amount that they're culturally infight is crazy. I think that's just something that happens when you have a very like identity orientated, that you like get more. You're looking for like more the pure American identity, and I don't think that really exists.
Okay, well, let's move on to let's talk about. Do you like Trump's policy that he's bringing up in Davos in regards to removing BlackRock from single family homes?
I'm not familiar.
So Blackstone, BlackRock, major institutions have been buying a lot of single family homes since 2011, 2010. It's a big reason why housing prices are so high in a lot of cities in America. And he said 2 weeks ago that he's going to roll out a plan starting this week at Davos on how to remove BlackRock from buying single family homes, which would make it a lot easier for young people in America to buy homes.
Why doesn't
Davos?
Trump just implement economic consensus plans on how to reduce housing costs, like bigger tax credits, build more condos, apartments?
Well, that's exactly what he's rolling out. Yeah, he's saying.
Said that?
Yeah, do you know what Davos is?
No, like
World
what is
Economic
Davos? Yeah.
Yeah,
World
Davos.
Economic-
Yeah, it's like the World Economic Forum. It's where like basically like the smartest, wealthiest leaders of the world go together in Switzerland and they talk about what to do with the world. And Trump's there right now. I was actually invited this year, but I couldn't go.
You mean
Trump
the World
said
Economic Forum?
Expanded credits, more supply, reduced red tape. He said all these things.
Yes, he said he had a
So
tweet.
how
a
is
week or
like
two
what's
ago.
the how is he gonna actually effectuate that? How is he gonna get like
That's what
BlackRock?
That's what I'm very curious about. So he said one thing about reducing red tape when it comes to building more houses. He wants to make it more affordable for young people in America to buy homes. And then the part that I don't know how he's going to do this yet, but he said he wants to, and he's going to roll this plan out like this week, is how to get BlackRock, State Street, those large institutions out of single family homes in America. And I'm a big believer in good Trump, bad Trump.
Okay.
And he does things that are bad.
He's
Yeah,
saying
I just don't.
anything about
I just don't see like how. Like, I have no idea how he's gonna ever do that. Like,
I
in
mean,
what
he could
sense?
he could you can ban corporations from owning X amount of homes, and the homes they already own, they have
Okay,
a
that's not
5
something
year,
he
10
could do.
year.
That would probably be something he would have to get Congress to do. I don't know if like any broad legislation that just allows the president to like ban what private,
Yeah,
how much
but the
like
thing
homes the
is,
private corporations can
I
own.
don't think that if the president's pushing that, the Republican Party is the party that's more tied to those big banks. And the Democrats, I don't think the Democrats would stand up against that. Would that not go through Congress? Do you think the Democrats would be fighting him on that?
I don't think the Democrats are going to be. Actually, I don't know. I don't think the Democrats are going to be fighting that, but I don't know if Congress is going to do anything like that.
I mean, Trump has a lot of power in the Republican Party, and I don't think the Democrats. I mean, that's an issue that I think.
You
Like, I mean,
think
you're a
so?
Democrat, right?
Trump.
You would
hates
think so, but
Congress.
like I think like Trump has been pretty bad, like effectuating like bills within this administration or last administration. Like he said, you get
Yeah,
the,
he has been.
So, huh?
Yes, he has been. For
Okay,
sure.
so like I don't know like what is this is kind of my
I'm-
problem because I feel like maybe like on housing, Kamala Harris and Trump were kind of similar because I also remember her having policy about like reducing red tape and like and that kind of stuff. But like I think the Democrats are just generally like I think the reality is that like people like Kamala Harris, Democrats in general, usually are like even like they're establishment, but that's kind of good because establishment people have more experience in government and more idea how to like use your political capital to like leverage Congress to do stuff. And
No,
I think
I
Trump
mean the worst
doesn't know that.
housing. The worst housing in America is Kamala's home state. It's because of regulations and red tape. So I wouldn't say that holds any water.
Have a part in that as a prosecutor or district
What?
No, but
attorney?
he's
Yeah,
talking about
that's-
Democrats. He's talking about Democrats. Democrats control California entirely, and
What does that
California
have
has
to
so
do
much
with
red
Kamala
tape and
Harris?
regulation.
What does
You
that have to do with
mentioned
Kamala
Democrats
Harris?
too. You're
What does it
mentioning
do with-
Democrats as well with
What does it have to do
with
with-
housing.
What does that have to do with Kamala Harris?
She's a Democrat, and you mentioned Democrats.
She's not
as-
a Democrat
as
in
a
charge
vote.
of housing. She was an AG. So,
She was also a senator.
yeah.
But I'm saying if you're supporting Democrat policies for helping with housing, look at the most powerful Democrat state, and they are the worst in housing
It's
in
not
the
a
US.
Democrat. The housing policy Democrats prescribe to is not a Democrat policy. It's an economic consensus. Every economist agrees that this is probably the three best
think, like-
solutions to do.
I don't think this
Red
like how
tape,
politics.
and
Okay.
expanded credit.
Politics-
When has
It should not operate where we like, oh, look at like what the largest like Republican state is doing. Therefore, this is what Republicans believe, or this is what Republicans are going to try and do. I completely deny that. That's why like there's a reason like this. There's a reason that like some Democrats are more willing to go over to Republicans sometimes. That's because like oftentimes these parties have like wider tents, and they can't. And not every single state is going to be represented with the whole.
I agree with you. But
That's a really bad way
my
of viewing
point
politics.
is big government means more red tape, more bureaucracy, more regulation.
You're literally
it's
advocating
harder.
for that. You're advocating for Donald Trump in instilling more red tape and more bureaucracy to limit the amount of homes that BlackRock can buy. That's going to increase the size of government.
Okay, how would that increase the size of the? And
Who's
how
going to
does
be the
that
one?
add
Yeah,
red-
how?
That
You're
doesn't
literally
add red
adding.
tape
You're
for
adding a
income.
You're adding regulation, and two, you're going to need more people to enforce that regulation. That's how.
I mean, that's going to be nominal. This is not saying you're
Like
not.
you can't
with
be.
a handful of
Come on,
companies.
dude. Like come on. Like I'm okay. If
that's not all the same
Republicans,
thing.
if Republicans want to like drop the entire narrative of bureaucracy, big government, that's fine. I don't really care. But you can't like advocate for more red tape and more bureaucracy, and then go back to
do you
the
know
same
Teddy?
like,
Do you know Teddy
like,
Roosevelt?
fiscal conservative talking points.
Do you know what Teddy Roosevelt's known for?
What?
big shot?
Okay,
Carrying a
very
big stick.
Yeah, speak softly, carry a big stick. No, Teddy Roosevelt is known. He's a Republican, but parties were a little different then. He was known for breaking up the monopolies and also creating the FPA, or the Food and Drug Administration. So at the time, there was like Standard Oil and all these massive monopolies in America that controlled everything. And Teddy Roosevelt came in there and broke it up and gave like power back to the smaller businesses, smaller people. And like letting BlackRock own all these homes is a terrible thing. They can pay more than the average young person in America by a lot, and we're going to become a renter society only. Like that's not a stance.
That's fine, but you can't like.
It's not a stance you
like,
want to take. You don't want to be
That's
anti that.
what
man.
if Trump wants to be anti that, fine. Like if that policy actually affects any kind of change, like that's good. Okay, I don't know like how significant that actually has an effect on the housing market. Problem is Donald Trump can't run on a policy like his entire the huge thing everyone's talking about is Doge and coming in here and fighting fraud, waste, and abuse and breaking up like bureaucracy and then talking about like instilling more regulations. It just contradicts like other statements
Well,
he's made.
no, it doesn't contradict because some regulations are needed. Some regulations are very important. Like back in the day when they used to have kids that were working in the fucking coal mines and they're 8 years old, having the government step in there and say that's not okay, that's good. That's good regulation.
Yeah, Trump regulations are good.
over-
Other regulations and bureaucracy are bad. Like that.
Never
like
said
that.
that. Never said that.
That's like the
Trump has plenty good, plenty bad. But you have to. Some things are good, and if he actually does this, which I doubt he'll be able to, but if he does, it's gonna be very good for you.
That's like the Megan. Like did Trump ever run on like housing policy and bring up BlackRock?
No, he
No?
ran on America First.
No, he didn't. He didn't run on that. No, he ran on breaking up bureaucracy. He ran on a smaller government platform and less regulation. So I do think this is a contradiction of campaign policies. And whether it's good or not, that's fine. Huh?
Yeah, okay, I can see that. I can see your point there, but I mean, I'm just saying this is a good thing.
Yeah, this like every conversation feels like I have with Mega either feels like it's Mega just like contradicting the positions, or people who are neocons who are like half shilling out their own positions. Like,
Well, just
when
like you said, not all
when
Democrats.
Trump deals with the neocons doing that again.
Just because
so.
you said earlier that all Democrats don't have the same opinions on housing, just because I support one policy on Trump does not mean I support all mega policies.
Did you
It's
vote
MAGA.
for Trump?
I did vote for Trump.
Okay.
Why would I vote for Kamala?
Because she was miles better.
I mean,
Because
That
Kamala
was-
Harris didn't try and like soft coup the government. That would probably be the main
Yeah.
reason.
What did you like about Trump besides this whole BlackRock thing?
I mean,
You
dude, I
mentioned
just
foreign policy. and
Kamala just was a
economics.
snake in my opinion.
Can you give me
She, she also didn't even win she didn't even win the primary. She was just put in there by Joe Biden the last
No.
second.
Can you give
all
me something
Democrats supported
Kamala
her.
Harris did that was more snaky than try to coup the government, please?
What about that thing? What about on the debate stage when she was the first debate just ragging on Joe Biden about he was some terrible racist, and then she's like, "Oh, I'll be your vice president." Like she's just trying
Yeah,
to
that's
get
fine.
it.
That's fine in primaries.
Is Kamala Harris ragging about
Wait,
racism?
like, are we?
worse than
Oh
trying to
wait,
coup
we
the
can't be doing.
government?
Wait, no, I'm sorry, we can't do that. And like forget like Marco Rubio in 2016 primaries. Like we can't be doing that.
Oh no,
We
dude,
can't
Trump's
forget what
doing
JD.
that.
We can't. Wait, are we gonna mention JD Vance? He wasn't even running against Trump, and he was fucking shit talking this dude. Like what? Like come on. That's how primaries
back.
work. You
R and R. You said Kamala Harris nagging Joe Biden was worse than Trump trying to coup the government.
I mean, I don't know how much like. All right, J6, not a good look. Don't love that. But at the end of the day, if it was between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump, I'm voting Trump. I mean,
You don't
Blowing
care about.
J6
So you just
been
don't
like
care
a
about our
roll of
liberal
bed.
institutions then.
I don't think he really was. He didn't have a revolution like that. It's blown out of proportion. What
He
he did
tried
was
to
like,
coup
how
the
is
government. John Eastman, Sidney Powell, and Kenneth Chesebro, and Rudy Giuliani, and a couple other lawyers. Literally, Donald Trump privately hired outside of his like regular White House lawyers, which he has. The government already has. They cooked up a scheme, which is laid out into 2 Eastman memos, to basically, when this part they did, go to the 7 swing states, file fake electors, which they did, file those fake electors, and then the plan was to have Mike Pence on January 6th use his power, or power he didn't have under the ECA, as vice president presiding over the joint session to count the electoral votes, to unilaterally throw actual real electoral votes for the fake ones that him and his lawyers had cooked up. That's why Donald Trump was
And Trump-
pressuring, that's why he's pressuring Mike Pence on January 6th to like get it to like, you need to do the thing, you need to do this, you do it. Let's support Mike Pence and what he needs to do for our country. He's pressuring him
And that's
to
why the crowd
illegally
was
overturn
there.
election.
The crowd was there because Trump wanted them to go pressure the elected officials through, I believe, violence, because what he did after the violence started, he didn't care it started. He sat and watched it while drinking a Diet Coke while staffer after staffer came in and begged him to tell his rioters to go home, which he refused to do for 3 hours.
No. We're talking about that later. We'll talk about the actual riot later. We just need to talk about the fake electors first.
Okay.
well, I actually don't know anything about the Eastman memo. To be
Of
quite
course
honest with
you
you,
don't. Of course you don't. Why would you? Why would you?
because I mean, Well, there's also you've seen the video of Nancy Pelosi talking about how she like didn't have the Capitol Police there when they were requested to.
That
be
has
there by
nothing to do with what I was
You
talking
mean the
about.
National
No,
Guard?
shut up.
Capitol Police.
We are
brother.
not talking about the riot itself, right? I literally had nothing to do with my argument that I gave. The only thing I was talking about were the fake electors, Donald Trump hiring private lawyers to cook up a scheme to illegally overturn an election, and how he conspired to do it, and how he had to he broke multiple state laws, and then how federal laws were conspired to be broken by Mike Pence to illegally overturn the election.
Well, I also dude. There's also so much sketchy shit with that election to begin with. I kind of chalk that one up as just
like what sketchy shit.
Dude, how did Joe Biden get the most votes of anyone in history, bro?
You're an election denier.
No one.
You
I'm
hate
not.
the United States of America.
I said
people
both
were mad
things.
at people were mad at Donald Trump for everything that happened. People were just coming off what happened with George Floyd. We were peak C19. People thought Donald Trump had hugely fumbled that. One of the things everyone talked about, like he was tweeting, his rhetoric had been very divisive, and people were mad at that. And so people seeing how disastrous Trump administration had been, and people were very mad and angry about it, came out and voted. That's what happened.
Yeah, well, hey, I obviously think that if what you said about the Eastman memo is true, and he had this whole thing, the fake electors and all this bullshit, that is terrible. I was not aware of that, but if that's true, I'll read about it later tonight.
Okay, if what Scratch said is everything 100% true, can you name me one thing Kamala Harris did or said or her actions that was worse than anything Donald Trump did with that fake elector scheme?
Yeah, but man, that's the difference, man. No, Trump, that's worse than anything she did.
Okay,
But
so
I think-
if you could go back, would you switch your vote if everything
No,
Scratch said was true?
absolutely not.
Why?
Because it's more important of what they're going to do in the future, and I think that Trump.
Like coup the government?
Yeah, wait. If somebody tries to violate our liberal and democratic institutions, then they're more likely and willing to do corrupt shit in general, and that kind of shit in the future. That's not the kind of person you want in office. You don't want somebody who has that kind of power.
Okay, well, we're gonna talk in circles here.
That's like
wanna talk
hanging
about-
out with somebody who tried to attempted to schmurder you because you're like, it's what they're gonna do in the future, bro, and they're not trying to schmurder you currently. Okay.
Well, okay. Well, what would you feel more comfortable about now, Greenland or the COVID vaccine?
We can talk about Greenland.
Okay.
I'm not talking about C19 or
Okay.
We're not talking about the Fauci ouchie because I'm not trying to get censored.
Why do you get banned for that or something? Is that
Yeah,
a
they're
thing?
pretty fucking strict about that shit.
Okay. All right. All right. So we'll move on to that. Do you think it's in the best interest of the U.S. to have Greenland?
No.
Why not?
I think if we were to have Greenland and to get Greenland, probably be like our NATO and European allies are probably almost completely divorced from us. Our operation and strike capabilities into the Middle East and around the world would be hugely limited, as we were shut off from U.S. bases, naval and ground bases in Europe. Millions of dollars in equipment would be lost that are sitting in Europe, waiting for potential military action to be needed either overseas or in Europe itself from a threat from Russia.
Okay.
Yeah, probably not be good. Economically, that'd probably be disastrous for us too.
Okay. So that wasn't exactly my question, but I'll answer that. My question was, do you think it's in the best interest for the U.S. to have Greenland?
No.
Not
just said
saying
why.
militarily take it. Yeah. Okay. But all right. Well, I'll answer your question first. NATO and Europe, we are NATO. Europe's not going to kick us out of NATO.
If they attack
Without us,
yeah. If they attack NATO, if we attack NATO itself, they absolutely will.
we don't need them. They need us.
We
power
need
dynamic-
them too. How are destroyers and frigates gonna reload rocket their VLS systems, if not in the ports that are based in Spain, so we can actually have some strike capability into the Middle East? The answer is they aren't. We need that.
Here's what's gonna
Europe.
happen.
That's
First of
just
all,
true.
I don't think the U.S. is going to take Greenland by force. And if we did, NATO would dissolve. NATO would be fucked. All
And
right?
we'd
'Cause-
be fucked too. I'd be really bad.
And
for
what
us.
would happen is you would have plenty of European countries that would just make a new alliance with us.
Why would
we'd
they do
still
that?
hunt- Because there's plenty of European countries that see it.
European
our way.
countries. So European countries, after they see, okay, the U.S. is literally willing to invade and take allies' territory if it's beneficial to them. They're just gonna be like all chummy with us after all of a sudden. Be like, yeah,
well,
let me hang out with that
it's
guy.
beneficial to them. It's beneficial to them as well that we.
It's
have
not beneficial to hang out with an ally that's willing to take your shit. No, it's not.
Do you know why the U.S. needs Greenland?
What do we?
Do you
The
understand this-
Northwest Passage is opening up because of climate change. Yes, that's one of the
That's
reasons.
one.
And then there's also like minerals and all resources in there.
Yep, that's
Yep.
those are two. But the most important one, by far, is China wanting to become debt trapping them
They haven't done that though.
because Trump stopped it. Trump paid
No.
for the airports instead. Yes, and if you don't have Trump as a president and you have another president who doesn't care as much, and you allow China to build their infrastructure there,
That is
debt
just
trap them.
not. That is just not true.
You know what a Chinese? Do you know what a Dutch debt trap is?
Can I get a source for that? That the reason that Greenland didn't get debt trapped because Trump came in and built Greenland's airports for them.
This dude is saying that he doesn't care if a
Like,
president.
and on top of that, once again, right? They're our ally. If we want military bases there, we can just ask. If we want to find their minerals, we can just ask. We signed a treaty with them in 1958. We can just ask. They have the bag of Skittles, and they're our best friend. We just need to ask them. We don't need to point a knife to their throat.
Scratch challenge, stop interrupting. Level impossible.
Shut the fuck up.
Wow, it's not very nice.
I'm not gonna lie to this. Them gummies are kicking in right now.
Oh my god, get on my lawn, bro. I don't interrupt, bro. Okay.
So, I mean, the problem is not that we can have our bases there right now. It's if China gets a stronger foothold in there. Denmark does not have the economic strength or the really like political want to stand up against China. You need to have a player in there that is able to stand up against China and actually wants to. I mean,
Denmark and the EU are against China. I don't know what we're talking about. And we already have U.S. interests there. I don't know why they would want to try China.
they nearly did it in 2019. I just looked it up. It was actually Joe Biden that stopped it from happening, not Trump.
Okay, so kind of destroys
Yeah.
the narrative. Kinda destroys your
No, it
narrative.
doesn't.
Yeah, it does. You said you need a
It's-
strong president there who's going to be willing to do that, but it seems like presidents are generally willing to do that.
Well, we'll see in the future if that keeps happening. The stronger China gets, the harder it will be.
How?
Because the U.S. is waning and China is growing.
How are you
That's-
waning in Greenland? What about us reigning?
No, the U.S. power dynamic as a whole. We were a single power. It was a single power world for like what was it? 40 years, 30 years? No,
Do we
not
have
that long.
more or less
20
control
years.
over Greenland currently after what Trump has done? Actually, I want to know. Do you think the
Uh,
relations are
probably about
better
the
or
same.
worse with Greenland?
Definitely worse, but we still have the same amount of power there. We still have
Yeah,
the
I
bases
don't think
there.
I don't think that's a good thing. Actually, I think the active Trump is saying right now is actually doing the exact opposite of what you want if you want more control over Greenland. I think it's a very bad
Why is
thing.
Green? If anything, Greenland should be autonomous. Why is it part of Europe? Greenland's over here in this hemisphere.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, Greenland should be autonomous. I agree.
I don't know. Denmark's weak. We need Greenland's
No,
very,
it's just-
very
it's
important.
an insane foreign policy, right? We don't need Greenland. We definitely don't need
I don't-
to invade. We definitely don't need to invade Greenland.
I don't
We're
think
already-
invasion
we're
is
already-
an option.
We're already their friend. If we want something, we can just ask for it. We don't need.
Well, I don't
to-
think invasion is actually an option. I
If
think
we
we're
want to
going to
assert power over them, we can reference treaties that we've already previously signed. We don't need to do this whole we need to own you.
Well, I mean, us buying it'll be very good for the U.S. long term.
How?
And the new world, how? I mean, Alaska was paid dividends for us owning it. We bought Alaska. What year did we buy Alaska? What, 18? No. Yeah. What was it?
How is
1840?
Greenland going to pay for? Honestly, how is that going to be for us?
Well, like you said earlier, minerals, Northwest Passage, protection
Why can't
from
we just ask,
Russian
they're our ally,
inter.
we can just ask for like this. They are our best friend. They have the bag of Skittles. We just need to ask. Okay, we don't need to.
Yeah,
give
but
them
that's the
bag of Skittles
thing,
for
man. Look, the U.S. after the fall of the Soviet Union, really before that, since the 1980s, the U.S. was the only there was a single hegemony in the world. the most powerful country. After Iraq, after the war in the Middle East, China, we have been weakened from that. China has been growing slowly. We might not be the top dog on the playground in the next 20 years. It could change completely where we don't have the power then to say, hey, Greenland, be on our side, not on
And you think
China's.
the way to do that is to launch a war against NATO and
No,
risk an
brother,
insurgency?
I never
with
said
people
How's
that.
that
don't wanna
like?
be part of
Why?
America?
Yeah, like this. Like
never
the
said that. We're
U.S.'s
not gonna
actions
launch a
right.
war.
Like Trump's actions right now, are if anything, are pushing European countries towards China.
Dude, we're not going to start a war. Trump's gonna.
Well,
we're
Trump
gonna
said all
buy him.
options are on the table and we're going to get them.
He's just
whether they
saying
like
that.
it or
There's no
not.
way he's.
What
gonna
do you mean?
that.
He's just saying like, why
There's
do we
no
always
way
do
he's
this
going to
thing?
do that. He'll.
If
end
you
up
don't take
buying
him,
it.
if you don't take him serious on him saying we're going to get them one way or another, why would you take him serious on him even wanting Greenland in the first place? Like, what's your base to even take him serious for anything?
I don't see Trump invading Greenland. And what is invading?
He
Greenland
said
even
it.
mean?
Like what he said.
It's
we
not
will
going to be
get
like
it.
it's not going to be like a
Like-
fight if he even were to. Like how there's no soldiers in Greenland. It's not even like a.
That's
Yeah,
not
there's
true.
attacking Greenland.
What, dude? There's
would
like
trigger
15 German soldiers there.
It would trigger Article 5. You were just talking about the decrease of the United States because of Iraq and Afghanistan. You think fighting all of NATO would increase our status as the
NATO
global
would
hegemon?
never fight us. I don't think you understand the power discrepancy there.
They
NATO
absolutely
needs
would.
us.
I'm sorry. Who do you think is more powerful, NATO or Iraq?
Okay. First of all,
Can I get an answer to that?
yeah, NATO. We fucking killed Iraq in how long? Like a week?
And then
We-
there was an ongoing insurgency. Same with
That's not
Afghanistan,
NATO,
right?
brother. That's not NATO.
Do you think
Insurgency is
I'm
not
sorry,
the
okay,
country.
do you think the Taliban insurgency was stronger than NATO?
I mean, no. Like it's a totally different thing. It's like
Okay.
that's
So
like
if
a
we
gun
understand,
behind every
yeah, if
blade
we
of
understand,
grass. It's
if we
not.
understand the wars in the Middle East can damage us, despite the fact that all our allies were supporting us during those wars and even sending troops there, then I don't know how you could ever say that a war in Greenland, which would probably face the same level of insurgency, but also have all of our NATO allies, none of them backing us, but instead against us, sanctions,
How do you know
cut
what?
off trade deals together. How would that empower us in
Okay,
any way?
okay. First of all, let's not get angry. Do you know what an insurgency is? What is an insurgency?
A military insurgency, usually it's when like rebels of a certain
Lo-
faction are
Local,
fighting like
the local populace.
guerrilla
Yes.
tactics, basically.
Yeah, they blend in with the locals and they fight. There's 57,000 people that live in Greenland. There's no insurgency happening there, brother. All right, that's just
You have all of NATO backing and funding you, right?
that's still not an
Weapons.
insurgency, man. So
if
you're saying that
if
NATO's
NATO
gonna
shipped